it's not great. 3, 2, 1. Tuner's on. I can't do it. There was a couple of things that we wanted to accomplish in recording this CD. First of which was just to be able to share what God's doing in our campus here in Chapel. We feel like there's something special that happens here in our North Central University chapels. We have chapel every day, and that probably is not the norm, but we like it that way. We come expecting for God to do miracles, to touch us, to encourage us, to bring healing, all those types of things. And so we thought, well, we enjoy this encounter so much. We enjoy this spiritual time together as a community with God. So that was really the first thing we wanted to do, was to just share what happens in chapel, the supernatural experience as we pour our hearts out, as we sing with all of our hearts, as we dance, as we shout, as we clap our hands, as we lift our hands, that would be something that can encourage other people. Everything that we do here at North Central we want it to be an educational experience. And so what an incredible way to help our music students understand how to do a recording like this than to actually help them be a part of it. So finding the right songs for this CD was a big deal. And we're looking at lots of different places to get songs. We have One Accord, and we have worship live teams that sometimes write songs. And so it's been fun to see over the last 2 years how the songs have evolved, and to the point where we could choose 12 powerful songs.
Come and set our hearts on fire. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hearts on Fire was the last song we wrote for the album, and it was kind of a last minute thing. We needed one more fast song for the album. Basically, the song is birthed out of the concept of revival, and in the bridge it says, "Oh, we will sing it out, this is revival now." In the verses it talks about this is revival breaking over all the earth. And the concept of revival is often thought of as going out to the nations, and it's never thought of as something within our churches, within our congregations, or in our case, North Central. As I was leading worship one day in chapel, I just looked out over the people, and he was like, "Luke, you'd be foolish to think that everyone in here is saved and walking with me. There's people in our walls that need revival just as much as the world does." And that's often, we just think of the word revival as just going out to the nations, going out to places. So the song Hearts on Fire was birthed to capture all of that. Obviously it's centered around the word revival. It says that in the bridge and the verses over and over. But it's really made to say, look, revival isn't something that is just outside these walls. It starts here. It starts with a fire being set in our hearts so that we can go out to the nations.
Come and set our hearts on fire. Whoa, whoa,
Chelsea wrote the second verse. It talks about there's an anthem ringing louder from every steeple to every corner, and that's literally every steeple and every corner, not just across the seas, but the song is really made to capture that we need revival everywhere. But it's really our responsibility as Christians to bring that revival in our walls and then outside our walls. So we just want to, really the theme behind that song is, Lord, set us on fire so that we can bring revival to the world.
And I think the song as a whole just kind of captures the whole theme of the album, and just kind kind of what God is doing in our school at this moment. The idea was to capture this thing that's happening within our chapel services, within student life at North Central. And I think right now there's just been this shift that's been happening in our worship services. Like people who are coming, and it's not just an entertainment thing, but they're coming because they're hungry for more of God. And so our prayer with this song and with the whole album was, God, birth in me just this desire to know you more, this desire to love you more, and set my heart on fire for the things of your kingdom, the things you have for me. And then from there, take what's happening in our small little Christian school here and bring it out into the world, whether that's through our careers, through our ministry, or just through our everyday life.
We will sing it out. This is revival now.
Well, Mountains Fall came from, it was really birthed out of a altar time at camp. A couple years ago, this song, I was just seeing kids just get released from things and overcome things that they'd been struggling with for so long. So I had like this little thing I was messing with all summer, but it just really wasn't like finished yet. Like I couldn't finish the song. I'd written a couple choruses for it, a couple bridges for it, and it just was not coming together the way I envisioned it. And then I met my wife here, and it's kind of where the song really started to take off again.
Mountains fall, demons flee at the mention of your name. I am whole, I am free at the mention of your name.
Around the time I was going to propose to Christy, we went to a specialist, and she was diagnosed with Crohn's disease.
Crohn's disease, it's an inflammatory bowel disease, and there's no cure for it. And the medication is just given so you can deal with the pain.
So going into this new season of life, we're like, okay, God, we just got engaged. It's supposed to be a great time, you know, excitement. And we just got this news that is like crushing us, and it was like I said, we were struggling. We were starting with wrestling with God, like why is this happening like at this point in time? I really believe that God gave me this song for this specific time in my life to get me through this hard time, just believing that, you know, this disease will be gone in the name of Jesus, and that the pain and the hurt of this will be gone.
Fast forward to now, we've been married for 8 months. The pain is gone, and life is good right now.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is that the pain's gone. You know, I can't ask for anything more than that.
Mountains fall down, demons flee now at the sound of your great name. These mountains fall down, demons flee now at the sound of...
So the big question is, why would we even do a CD like this? Because it does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of work gets put into this. There's a couple different reasons, and I think first and foremost, the idea behind this is because we believe there's something special that happens in our North Central University chapels. I guess I've been to other places where it felt like people were kind of like, oh, why do we have to go to chapel? And I'm sure there's some folks like that here as well, but man, more than anything, it feels like this is a place people want to be. And I think it has to be not because of the quality of the programming, but because of what God does supernaturally in people's lives in chapel. Yes, humans are involved, songs are sung, messages are preached, the word is proclaimed, but the Spirit of God is here with us, and He is moving. And that's really what draws people and touches people's lives. So we thought, well, maybe we could share some of what happens here in chapel with the world.
and celebrate the Lord.